Welcome back to the What Show. On this episode, we talked to the golden calf. And you know what? I don't really want to see her again. You know what? I'm glad I sent that cow back to its herd. So let's talk to someone who isn't a golden calf, but who has a golden heart. Miss Alex again.
Hi, thank you. It's good to be back again.
You have done this before, so you ready to go back to the past?
Oh yeah, bring on the warp machine.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna send you back to when the Israelites were in the desert.
I've always wanted to try manna.
Well, it's just your luck. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's do this here, this button here. Yeah.
Woo!
All right, 5 seconds in the portal could be 5 hours or 5 days or 5 weeks or 5 years. So let's start counting down from 5 and bring Miss Alex back. All right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Oh, did you try your manna?
No, nope, not a lot of manna eating going on at the time that I was at. It was actually a really disappointing time.
Oh no.
I know. But you know what? Let's not start with the bad. Let's not. Let's start with the good, because we all love good things, right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's think. When was the last time you just started listing off all the things that you were thankful for that God has provided for you? I'm sure if you did that, you could go on and on and on. Like for me, I'm thankful God's provided for me a roof over my head, food to eat, friends, family, my cat, Teddy.
I got some sick dance moves that I can do.
Yeah, let's be thankful for that, okay? The beach on a really sunny day when the water's just right. I mean, seriously, we could go on and on and on, and I'm sure you could too. Last week, Pastor Jonathan taught us about the Israelites crossing the Red Sea and going into the desert on their way to the land God had promised them, also called the Promised Land. Now, while they were there, God provided for them a lot of things, but I'm just gonna name a few. So in Exodus 13, 21 through 22, it says this: "The Lord went ahead of them. He guided them during the day with a pillar of cloud, and he provided light at night with a pillar of fire. This allowed them to travel by day or by night. And the Lord did not remove the pillar of cloud or pillar of fire from its place in front of the people." How cool is that? God sent them a huge cloud and a huge thing of fire to guide the way. And then in Exodus 16, we learn that he sends them food down from heaven called manna for them to eat. And then, if that was me with the food coming down from heaven, I'd be like, trying to catch it. You know what I mean? You do it too. And then in Exodus 17, the people start to get thirsty. So Moses asks God for water, and he tells Moses to hit a rock with his staff. And then guess what happened? Water came out of the rock. I mean, just streaming out of it. God is incredible. He can do anything. Seriously, anything. And that is why God is called our provider, because we can trust him to provide for us. And he provided for the Israelites in the desert time and time again, proving himself to be the provider.
Wow, our God is really good.
Yeah, he is. Now, I tell you all of that because, well, now it's time for the part that I got to experience in the portal, which, remember, wasn't that great. Yeah, and a little before my time in the portal, God asks Moses to go up to Mount Sinai to get instructions and commands to bring to all the Israelites. And during this time, his brother Aaron is in charge. Now, here is where our story truly begins. In Exodus 32:1, it says this: "When the people saw how long it was taking Moses to come back down the mountain, they gathered around Aaron. 'Come on,' they said, 'make us some gods who can lead us. We don't know what happened to this fellow Moses who brought us here from the land of Egypt.'" Now, what Aaron should have done is he should have told the Israelites, "You guys, no, we're not gonna do that. Don't worry. Moses is gonna come back. We just need to trust. God has always provided for us. He's the one true God. Let's not do all this."
Right.
Okay? So what he should have done. But he didn't. He didn't do that at all. Instead, he was like, "You guys, bring me your gold earrings from your sons and your wives and your daughters." And then he took those earrings and he melted them down into the golden calf, and the Israelites loved it.
No.
Yeah. And then in Exodus 32, 5 and 6, this is what it tells us. Aaron saw how excited the people were, so he built an altar in front of the calf. Then he announced, "Tomorrow will be a festival to the Lord." The people got up early the next morning to sacrifice burnt offerings and peace offerings. After this, they celebrated with feasting and drinking, and they indulged in pagan revelry. The Bible tells us that Moses was up on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. And during that time, the Israelites decided that he wasn't going to come back. And so in turn, they chose not to trust God. And instead, they put their trust in a cow statue that they made out of their own earrings instead of putting their trust in God, their creator, their provider, who had been providing for them all this time.
That is so crazy.
It was so crazy. You know what's even crazier?
What?
I didn't get to try any manna.
You didn't get a snack?
I didn't. But you know what? I'm sorry. This isn't about me. This isn't my story, okay? So God sees all of this happening, and he tells Moses this. In Exodus 32, 7 through 8, the Lord told Moses, "Quick, go down the mountain. Your people whom you brought from the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves. How quickly they have turned away from the way I commanded them to live. They have melted down gold and made a calf, and they have bowed down and sacrificed to it. They are saying, 'These are your gods, O Israel, who brought you out of the land of Egypt.'" In his anger, God tells Moses that he's going to destroy the Israelites. So Moses asks him not to do that. So God doesn't, but the Israelites will still receive a consequence. So Moses goes down the mountain and he sees the Israelites dancing, celebrating, worshiping this golden calf.
That's not good.
It is not good. Moses is angry, and he has these 2 stone tablets that he brings down the mountain with him. They have God's commandments on them. And he's so angry that Moses breaks the stone tablets, and then he takes the golden calf and he burns it and he grinds it down into a powder and throws it into the river. And then he asks Aaron, "Why did you let this happen?" And in Exodus 32, 22 through 24, "Don't get so upset, my lord," Aaron replied. "You yourself know how evil these people are. They said to me, 'Make us gods who will lead us.' We don't know what happened to this fellow Moses, who brought us here from the land of Egypt. So I told them, 'Whoever has gold jewelry, take it off.' When they brought it to me, I simply threw it into the fire, and out came this calf." Really, Aaron? Really? A golden calf just popped out?
As if we would believe that. Come on.
Sure. Yeah. So Moses goes back up the mountain and he asks God to forgive the people, and God does, but he says that those who worship the golden calf will have to be held responsible. Yep. So he sends a plague upon the people, and well, then I came back through the portal and that's it.
Bummer.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not gonna leave you there, okay? We have some things to learn from this story. For example, sometimes in our own lives, we create golden calves for ourselves. Now, not literal golden calves, okay? You probably don't have a little golden calf statue in your room that you worship and celebrate, but sometimes we choose to put our trust in things to provide for us that aren't God, things that are only going to hurt us and fail us. The story of the Israelites teaches us to wait on the Lord. He might not always act when we want him to, but what we know is that God's way is the best way. He wants what's best for us, and so his timing is perfect. When we try to take control and take things into our own hands, well, it doesn't always work out. And when we put our trust in temporary things, like golden calves, or let's say it's the next cool thing that everybody at your school likes, well, when those things fall, we might fall with them. In Matthew 6, 19 through 21, it tells us this. Jesus says, "Don't store up treasures here on earth where moths eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. Store your treasures in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be." Where is your treasure? Who do you put your trust in? Remember, God is our ultimate provider, and he is timeless. Luke 12:24 tells us this. "Look at the ravens. They don't plant or harvest or store food in barns, for God feeds them. And you are far more valuable to him than any birds." He provided for the Israelites even when they forgot he's the God who provides. He provides for the birds, and he still provides for us today too. He has everything under control, and he has all that we need.
How awesome is that? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to have a God I can give everything to and who will provide anything I need. What a relief.
Yeah, who wouldn't want all that?
Seriously. But guys, it is time to say goodbye. But before we go, Miss Alex, would you help me with the big idea?
I would love to.
All right, guys, we are going to say the big idea. Get to your feet, get to your feet. Come on, come on, come on. In 3, 2, 1.
Trust God all the time.
Bye, guys. I'll see you next time.